Hey, Mike Dance from Brookside in Austin, Texas. That's right, Austin, Texas, where we've been since 2002, helping people with talk, chat, video, and connectivity solutions for their business. That's right. We work with 200 different carriers and providers to help find the best possible solution for your business. That includes unified communication as a service, contact centers as a service, enterprise collaboration solutions, and the internet connectivity that brings it all together. At the end of the day, Brookside helps you save time and money on moving to the cloud with secure mobile technology. What we look at many times is the Gartner Magic Quadrant. We work with all the various companies in this space, and some of them are going to be a better fit than others based on your needs, your location, what you're used to, and what you're using for your other business applications. For example, here you see Unified Communication Service. These are many of the leaders, and as you can see, most of those are partners of ours that we can provide pricing, a demo, contracts, and implementation. Same goes for contact centers. Contact centers as a service can be attached to any type of service that you already have. You don't have to replace your phone system. You can get all the latest and greatest omni-channel contact center solutions to integrate email, web chat, and all the latest communications tools needed for the best possible customer and agent experience. Then we look at enterprise collaboration for, video. Video is a huge deal. Not everybody's working from home. Kids are working from school. So we're a dealer for pretty much everybody, including Zoom, Mitel, Teams, WebEx, LiveSize, Google. I mean, we know all those. I've worked with all of them and very familiar with them. One of the biggest problems we do have is with a company called RingCentral because they're not exactly playing on the same level playing field. And a lot of the IT guys are recommending them as a solution. And it's more expensive and it's more complicated. And it's actually a big security risk. When we look at it, I consider it to be called Russian Central more than RingCentral because it was started by a couple of lads, one from Odessa that's a CEO and one that's from St. Petersburg, Russia. So you've got these two guys, they've got data centers all over the world. Everything was implemented, started over in St. Petersburg, Russia, and it's just grown from there. And now they're in Northern California. The problem is these guys use, the public internet and in the type of technology that they provide with SIP phones does not include encryption. So without encryption over the public internet, we have a problem with hackers who can easily record all your calls and gather information they can use for ransomware attacks. And that's not a good thing. I mean, that's where the same thing is going on theoretically, once again, with Zoom in China, to where there's a server there and it's on their network and they've got access to all of our data, which is not good. These two countries are not exactly our friends. And then you've got, all the customer service rumors are not real good. If you do any research on these guys, you can see that whether it's with Consumer Affairs or the Better Business Bureau, that there are multiple people that have just become extremely frustrated with their billing practices, the technology not working correctly, customers across the board. I mean, do your own research, but when you start looking around Consumer Affairs and you look around the Better Business Bureau, you're going to see a lot of reports that are negative about them and how they handle the responsibility. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that they're not local. These are not local businesses. They're not in Austin. They're in California and mainly in Russia. It's pretty much something they don't want you to know. So where does your money go every month? Spending 40 to 45 bucks a user and having to lease the phones, and all that money is going to California. So none of it's going back in the local economy. Whenever you need support, who do you call? You get some guy out there in California who's going to try to fix it remotely, or most likely blame it on either your network provider or your carrier. That's just generally how it happens. So what we'd like to to really get you to try to do is take a look at what we can do to help you out and possibly look at the ability, at buying local and supporting Austin, supporting Texas, and getting away from supporting, sending all the money. Because I just had this happen to me at several locations where they've gone with RingCentral without giving us a chance. And it just kind of frustrates me because I don't think anybody at the top knew what was going on because just their IT vendor just randomly recommended them because they make 8 times whatever the monthly amount is that RingCentral pays. Mitel, we like a lot better. I like Mitel. I've worked with them forever. They've got over 5 million cloud users. They've been around forever. Going back to 1973 is when they started Mike and Terry's Lawnmowers, and it's still the same company. They've just acquired some pretty healthy sized companies from Intertel, Astra, Oasis, Prairie Fire, and ShoreTel here in Austin, which gave them an Austin office. And that's where they have developed a lot of the stuff that we're actually selling today that goes into the cloud. It's all supported by and developed by people in Austin, Texas. So when you look at them as a company, they're more of a global leader. They're pretty large. With 5 million users, that's way bigger than anybody else in the market. So they're number one in private cloud, number one in total cloud, number one in unified communications in Europe. They got like 70 million end user customers and 5 million cloud users. They're over 100 countries and doing $1.3 million in revenue. in the last year or so. So they're a very healthy company. I mean, Gartner picks them very highly in everything from corporate telephony to contact centers and unified communication. So they do really well out there. And I think the best part about them is that they are local. I mean, you're local, they're local. This is their office out there in River Place. They're a local company. They're actually hiring right now. They've got all these positions open for network engineers. They're all Austin-based jobs, as you can see. So they're hiring a lot of people and growing right now with this pandemic going on in the middle of everything and the hiring freezes and everything. They're still doing very well, and they are local. That's what I keep trying to stress. So why would you want Mitel for cloud communications? I mean, there are a couple of reasons. Basically, the AES 256-bit encryption that comes with every phone, they're already encrypted. So the Russians, the Koreans, whoever, Chinese, they can't get and listen to your calls. I mean, it's just that Mitel makes the phones, and they come with this encryption built in, which is the standard. Then the Google Cloud Platform, which means there's more locations out there for you to connect to, so it's a much more reliable solution. It's more secure, more reliable, it's scalable, and of course, it's compliant, as you'll see in a minute. But the best part, it's a single login for secure and reliable talk, chat, and video. 3 things that everybody needs. So when you start looking at MyCloud Connect, which is their solution that was developed here in Austin, they've got very secure IP phones. Web and video conferencing is very easy to use. Screen sharing, any of that stuff. The contact center stuff, team collaboration and workspaces, and then native integration to many of the top clients out there, business apps that you can use. Security-wise, all the certifications are there, from SOC to HIPAA to, and 256-bit encryption means that everything is definitely locked down, as you can tell. It's very easy to administer the system. They give you a portal so that, you're able to do anything you want to as far as programming users and buttons and things on your phones, all in a really easy to use interface. But they also back that up with a 24-hour, support, 365, that if you call them anytime, they can help you not only with questions, but actually do some of the work for you. Another big benefit would be is that Mitel's in the Google Cloud Platform. Like I said, it's secure, reliable, it'll scale, and it's very compliant. You start looking at Google and Google Cloud Platform, they've got 13 data centers around the United States. They're everywhere pretty much, whereas RingCentral's got 2, in the United States. I mean, that's a huge difference there. Around the world, Google's got 24 data centers, and growing around the world. RingCentral's got 8, so it's kind of, one, they don't even count the ones in Russia or the Ukraine, which we know they have, because if you read up on them, you'll figure that part out. But the best part about the Google Cloud Platform is, it's high availability, 99.9% SLAs, no plant, no downtime, industry's best security, and then it's very fast and easy to deploy. I mean, we've been able to fire it up in a week, when someone needs it, especially with the pandemic going on. It works with all your different software apps, from Salesforce, Talkdesk, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, anything Google, G Suite, NetSuite, Zendesk, right now, any of these applications, and we're talking about clicks, not code. So it's not like really difficult to get these solutions all to talk to each other. In today's world with business communications, it's very, 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 very common for people not to have a desk phone and not to work in the office. So 80% of the workforce is not deskless. With 89%, believe they can accomplish more if they're able to work as teams. And then, of course, there are many of them want to keep their investments in their call centers. And then, but we got a bottom line: 90% of the millennials, which is what we're catering to, prefer to work from anywhere. And so Mitel really helps there with either Mitel manufactured IP phones, once again, they have, because they're IP phones, they have the built-in encryption that you don't get with SIP phones. And then they've got software phones that'll work on any device using WebRTC, another one of the better secure ways to be able to communicate with any device anywhere over the public internet. So when we start looking at that app, it looks a lot like this. You've got on the left side over there, you've got your contacts, you've got your recent calls, your voicemails, and teamwork, which is your, going to be your audio, web, and video conferencing, and your contact, basically your project management software, all that in one. And so it's very easy to use. It goes on any device. You can put on an Android or Apple, any, tablet, phone, desktop. I mean, it does everything. It's got to give you multi-point HD video over that. So it also integrates very well into Outlook and to Gmail. Anything Google, anything Microsoft has already been worked out to where they basically interface. You can point and click the call out of all of them. You've got teamwork's got collaboration that allows you also to be able, on a mobile app or anywhere, to be able to do, full-blown HD video for as many people as you need to. I think you can show 16 people in one frame, which is more than enough. But you can also create and assign and manage tasks throughout the process. And it's got end-to-end encryption, once again, because this particular part of the solution is in the Amazon web. So we're kind of using the Amazon web and the Google Cloud platform where it makes sense to be able to have diversity and failover. When you start talking about the mobile app, there's also a Chrome browser extension. So it allows you to actually not have to open up an app or anything, but just once you're in Chrome, there's just a little icon up there at the top, that you click on that opens up a soft phone, gives you the ability to do things like, have contacts, all your contacts with Presence and IM. There's a built-in soft phone so you can make and receive calls, but you don't have to really open an app. So it's perfect for a Chromebook or, something that doesn't have a lot of horsepower that might want to be able to have unified communications. So, it integrates with the conferencing. So you got one click to get into a conference. You can list your voicemails, all these from just a free plug-in, with Google. You can create, speed dial for your frequent callers and manage multiple calls at a time, put them on hold, transfer, everything's point and click, easy to use. Same with the integration into Salesforce, where they just basically embed a soft phone into Salesforce so that, you've got soft hold transfer, your call log, you've got click to call. Someone calls in, you know exactly who it was when they called, and it's all part of a single login. Everything I've showed you so far is part of a single login that allows you to log into one thing, be able to have voice, what I call talk, chat, video, and of course, Salesforce integration. This allows you 100% integrated with call recording, click to call, and everything all in there. Now, the next thing is the phones. The phones are the coolest ones you're ever going to find. They've got cordless handsets, cordless headsets. They integrate to your cell phone. They've got little speaker phones that connect over Bluetooth. They can talk to multiple devices, and the headsets are amazing. They're built in, so there's no cords or anything. And that works out really well. So on your desk, they got a touch screen, like I said, with the multiple keys to be able to program. Comes with a standard Bluetooth handset. There's an optional. This is a deck headset that can be added in just like Legos and slides right in. And then you see you've got various phones with different buttons. That's the 6930, which is one of the ones that I think is free right now. With a lot of buttons and the ability to be able to integrate to your mobile device. And then you've got the most basic one, that's the 6920. Now, what's cool about this, like I said, is the headsets. So if you want a cordless headset on Ring Central with the polyphones that they use, you'd have cords everywhere, power concerns, all those issues. It's just much cleaner with Mitel. As you can see, there's zero cords. You've got a Jabra headset. You've got and then on the biggest thing is there's zero encryption with SIP. You have to figure out a way to find encryption, or most people just blow it off. But it's built in to any of the phones that we would have, and also with the Google Cloud platform. So once again, why Mitel for cloud communications? Well, we reduce the complexity by having it all on the Google platform for talk, chat, and video. Pays for sell-through savings because you get rid of your phone system and circuits and long distance bills and all that stuff. You work directly with Mitel, so they know what they're doing, and you can reduce all responsibility for all telecommunications from your IT people. And then there's an easy-to-use portal that's available anytime to be able to make changes to the system as well as tech support behind it. So all this brings into fruition that an in-office experience for chat, talk, and video from anywhere on any device. So once again, let's go back to local. Mitel is local. They're Austin-based. They've got over 5 million cloud users. They know what they're doing. And of course, Brookside is an Austin company since 2002. So, at the end of the day, we'd really like the opportunity to show you what we can do and to show you why Mitel is significantly better than anything, including Ring Central.